Being the good guy in gaming has been a long trope, dating back to the beginnings of the medium. But as the players grew up, the gaming world evolved, leaving the cookie-cutter good guys in the past and introducing more badass, morally great type heroes. RPGs latched onto this and expanded it even further, allowing you to fully embrace either the good and just or the complete evil depending on your choices in the game. There are many games these days that allow you to indulge in the darkness within, and we're going to check out a bunch of them, even outside the role-playing genre. Our criteria will be any game that allows you to indulge in that dark urge, regardless of the genre, regardless of the tone. If you can be bad in it, we're counting it.
Vampyr is an awesome game that really has no other equal in terms of the experience it grants. You're a vampire and a doctor, and that right there is just the best pitch possible for a vampire game. The big draw here for those seeking to be bad is to feed or not to feed. You'll be meeting tons of people throughout this game, and they all have their own stories, and you decide whether to treat them or end them. And it's complicated because feeding makes you stronger, makes the game more fun, and generally a better overall experience. But if you feed, the plague spreads, the districts get more dangerous, everything in the game world seems to get darker and more oppressive. You can pretty much eat everyone alive that you run into in this game. Some people might actually deserve it, but most of the ones at the hospital do not. And yet, you're a vampire, a slave to your desires, and it's a masterful dance between developer and player. They know you want to bite, and while you can resist for a little bit, you'll eventually give in, just like a vampire would.
Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader puts you in the driver's seat of a massive ship, with thousands of followers and a handful of people ready to do your bidding, bad or good. And that is way more fun. There are countless opportunities to flex that power of yours throughout your lengthy journey here. In every conversation, you can make people feel small, insignificant, demand they address you as the royalty you are, and just be an ass in any way you please. More than that though, you can also use your power freely. You can crush rebellions, demand people be executed, tell your subordinates their opinions mean nothing. Choose whether people live or die, or if your crew is made up of a bunch of vagrants. It's all on the table. How you deal with situations is categorized throughout the game too. If you go the heretical route and act crazy, it's going to come back in very interesting ways later on. You can't be bad freely here, because the game world remembers, and it's a fascinating thing to see how it actually ends up playing out. Oblivion Remastered took the gaming world by surprise this year when it shadow dropped out of nowhere and has given us one of the year's best RPGs in the process. For those that are looking to be bad, Zero Dial is the place for you. There are tons of ways to indulge in that dark side in this game. You can steal anything from anyone, murder indiscriminately, break prisoners out of jail, join a guild of assassins, join a guild of thieves, and every variation in between. While the story itself is relatively set in stone, everything you do leading up to it is up to you, and if you're feeling like laying waste to an entire village with your magic, then the villages should probably lock their doors because nothing in this game is going to stop you from indulging in that instinct.
Infamous 2 is an awesome game and one of the great last gasps for the PS3. In it, you controlled Cole, a man who has inherited superpowers following a massive explosion in the first game. Your mission here is to stop an enormous monster named the Beast, who is slowly making his way towards your city. While that mission sounds heroic, how you go about that is up to you. You will have allies on the good and evil sides to choose from. People to save or drain of all life force just for your personal gain. And some truly tough choices to make, including one where you can kill your best friend to get the mission done your way. You can also just bring chaos on the streets, allow people to be attacked, and generally be the worst possible person to give superpowers to at every turn.
If you want to act out on the streets of a fictionalized New Orleans, Cole is your guy, and Infamous 2 is your game.
Long before we had these huge open worlds where we could shape our journeys, we had Fable 2. It was a game that promised you could be good or evil, and it would change the world around you. While that was only partially true, you could definitely be evil in a big way here. Fable 2 gives you a character as a child that you are able to shape to your whim. Your evil actions will end up giving you horns and having flies cover you where you go. It's a funny effect, but how you get there is no laughing matter. You can attack chickens, kill everyone in sight, choose to reject your allies, let horrible things happen all around you, and pretty much just watch the world burn. The more evil you do, the more dark your character becomes, and the more people become afraid and offended by your presence. It's a cool way to show your progression throughout the game, and the story allows you several choices on what to do, and many of those are evil, including the endings.
Have you ever heard of the term murder hobo? It was created for D&D, and it defined the player who would just kill everyone in sight and just generally be an agent of chaos, ruining the game for the other players much of the time. Baldur's Gate 3 is made for those people. While you can follow the story and be a good person throughout the game, there is literally an entire playthrough called The Dark Urge that allows the murder hobo in you to be free. You don't have to play as that character to be evil though, as there are plenty of chances to ruin people's lives throughout the game as a character of your choosing. But it's the Dark Urge that is truly the evil option. Right from the start, you can be just truly awful. Remember when you rescued Galen from that portal and pulled him through by his arm? How about instead you bite his arm off? Yeah, it's that level of evil, and many people actually consider that one the true playthrough for the story. So I don't know what that says about the player base, but it says something.
Wasteland 3 is a game that allows you to pave your own path, whether you are good, evil, or anywhere in between. And evil you can be. You can work with slavers, leave people to die. There are also multiple factions to work with throughout the game, but at any time you can betray them, kill them, and turn your back on every faction you find if you so choose. You can also do some serious heinous things too, like betraying your allies, getting them killed, and also crazier fare, like siding with literal cannibals, for example. There's no restriction on who you can recruit too. It's not all good people here that can join you. In fact, you can have a party of all evil aligned characters if you so choose, and wreak havoc on the Wasteland in so many ways that you'll probably feel overwhelmed. Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is an awesome RPG that will take you hours to finish, and there are so many interesting paths the game can take depending on your decisions. The bad path, though, it takes you to some insane places that other games just don't really go for. You can become a lich here and essentially bring the apocalypse to the world, causing death everywhere. Or even worse, you can become the swarm that walks, devouring everything in sight, all in the name of ending it all. And it's just a horrific scene. The best part is it's all up to you if you want to go down that path. There are plenty of other situations where you can be smaller forms of evil, but it's that ultimate bad that just hits differently from so many other games. You can also betray your allies, kill them, inflict horrible things upon innocents. It's all on the table. So if you give into the dark side in your games, this one gives you that ultimate fantasy.
While the PS3 had Infamous, Xbox 360 had Prototype. Prototype is made for people looking to indulge in the dark side. You play as Alex Mercer, who's been given truly horrific powers that only evolve as the city's overrun with monsters, military, and all sorts of nightmares. You could absolutely be the good guy here, but should you? Can you control the impulse to soar from the sky into busy traffic and cause a 30-car explosion? Can you resist absorbing citizens on the street, eating them like a snack food to improve your stats?
I don't think so. At least, I couldn't. And it's a hell of a lot of fun, even if you are becoming a monster. Far worse than the ones you're fighting. It's not a surprise that Alex Mercer is the villain in Prototype 2. You were not able to control yourself, and the game knows that. But it's a damn good time being bad here.
Undertale is an incredible game that hides much more behind its modest appearance than you'd initially think. While you can generally go through the game with little issue as a good person, it's the genocide route that gives you the most evil choices in the game. How do you do this? It's simple. Kill everyone. That's right, not just the enemies, not just a few harmless monsters here and there, but literally everyone. You have the ability to wipe the world of Undertale completely of life if you so choose. It's awful stuff too. Innocent characters begging to be allowed to live, your mentor turning on you and seeing you as the monster you are, and some of the toughest boss fights come about as well. It's a wild way to go to the game, but if you're looking to be bad, Undertale gives you some truly dastardly options to do so.